Because Black Lives Matter, but not till they're dead, right? For Keith Childress, may he rest in peace, who was shot and killed in December of 2015 when the police officer mistook his phone for a weapon. No officers were charged with this crime. For Betty Jones, may she rest in peace, who was shot and killed by a police officer on Christmas Day after opening the door. No officers have been charged with this crime. For Kevin Matthews, may he rest in peace, who was pepper sprayed and shot after getting into an altercation with the officer. Kevin was schizophrenic. No officers have been charged with this crime. For Michael Noel, may he rest in peace. He was only 32 when he had a mental breakdown. His mother called the police for his own safety, yet he was handcuffed and shot twice, with no officers being charged for this crime. For Michael Lee Marshall, may he rest in peace. A 50-year-old man who was unarmed and mentally ill was restrained by 3 sheriff deputies to an unconscious state where he later died 9 days after on life support. No officers have been charged with this crime. And for George Floyd, may he rest in peace, who was handcuffed with his face shoved into the hot concrete, who was slowly suffocated by the knee of one officer as the other stood and watched. No officers have been charged with this crime.
What is up, Pure Melanin Squad? It is Tay, and we're back with another video with LKS Exclusive, aka Leonne. So as you can see by the title, today's video is going to be about Black Lives Matter and the movement and just all of the awareness and what you can do to help. So basically, as everyone should be aware of right now, that Black Lives Matter is on the front tier right now on all social media platforms globally. Everybody is trying to make a change. As you can see, a lot of racism has been going on. A lot of racism has been going on through the years. It's been decades, months. We did go through slavery, we did go through the Holocaust, we went through all of that hundreds of years ago, and we thought that we were free according to Martin Luther King, but no, we are not free. Unfortunately, it has taken a huge part in the States. You guys already are aware that George Floyd has recently passed due to an arrest by a white cop. Okay, so basically what the story of George Floyd was, if you guys don't already know, a white cop that did know George Floyd back in the day. They did work together, they were bouncers together. He tried to arrest George for forgery. Apparently his $20 bill was fake, but they just released a few days ago that it was a real bill, and basically he had his knee on George's neck and he suffocated him, basically stopping him from breathing, and George's last words was, "I can't breathe," and he shouted out his mom's name. So that became like the frontier of all social medias, and that has now pushed everyone up into a war, basically rioting, looting all across the world. Minneapolis is basically on fire. Everyone is stealing. This has started a big riot. Oh, just like how Malcolm X stated back in the day that we have been silent for too long, so we have to show them in a way where they will understand, and basically everyone has started rioting and looting. So we're just going to talk about some things that we can do to help what is going on right now, how to help support the Black Lives Matter movement, and some stuff that my family is going to be doing is basically tomorrow we are going to be protesting. So I did make this poster, and I did make a few Black Lives Matter paintings. Some other stuff that you can do is sign petitions. If you guys go to the Black Lives Matter movement website, you guys can sign. There are billions of petitions that you guys can sign up.
Donate on those websites if you can contribute to that, and as well you can share their link on different social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, anywhere that you can, Facebook, anywhere that you can share the link. It also contributes to the movement.
Before you guys go into, if you guys are going to be protesting and sign petitions and all that, please make sure you guys go and do your research. Look up, read books, search it up on the internet, watch movies, watch shows on what our Black history is before you jump right into that. Make sure you guys know all of your facts, all of your details. You don't want to jump into something that you don't really know about, because you know people will be asking you information upon the topic and you just won't. They'll probably ask you, why are you trying to support this if you don't know? You're basically contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
So please look into your facts before you do anything.
It's so important to educate yourself, because it's difficult when you're trying to convince somebody why it's important, and it's also difficult. Not to say that going out and talking about or being present in protests aren't important, but it's hard when you're doing protests just because everybody else is doing it. You should have some motivation to do it. You liking Black people can be motivation as well, but it's important to educate yourself, that you can educate others and tell them, can try to convince them why it's important, because that's basically what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to express that Black people aren't receiving equality, that white people are. We're fighting for equality, and it's hard to convince others why we deserve equality when you're not educated on the subject itself. So that's why it's really important to educate yourself, especially when you're going out to places like protests or you're talking about it on social media, because people have questions, and there's going to be somebody in your family or somebody in your friends, somebody that follows you somewhere, anywhere that you encounter, that doesn't understand why this movement is happening or doesn't care to know why this movement is happening. So it's important to educate yourself, that you can pass on that message to other people, why they should also be joining the movement.
Yeah, and we're all a part of the social media. Everyone, I know a lot of people have Twitter, a lot of people have Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. You guys are all a part of the social media, young to old, and a big part you guys can do is posting about it. Since everyone's on it, it's literally all up in our faces. So posting about it and showing your support, posting different pictures, posting different messages, this will send out a message to everyone as well. Some other things that you can do that will help also is while you guys are posting and everything, please make sure that you guys are using hashtags. It spreads it even faster. People can just click on the hashtags and they'll see billions of posts if they would like to do their research there. Okay. For those of you that are going protesting, especially if you're in the States, you know that right now you see cops the way they're dealing with the protesters are not the right way, obviously, but please make sure that you guys are wearing the suitable clothing. Please make sure that you guys are aware that there are tear gas, there's everything that the government is going to try to do to stop the movement. So you guys need to be aware of that and act upon it.
And also, Corona is still going on. Because of the movement, it's been pushed back, because this is way bigger than Corona right now, but Corona is still going on. It's still a lethal virus that is spreading throughout the world, and if you have older family members at home, parents or whatnot, you can pass that virus on to them as well. So it's important for your safety and other safeties that if you do go to these protests, that you wear masks and you wear gloves, and you try your best not to breathe in other people's spaces. If you can do social distancing, obviously do it, but because there are so many people protesting, it is important then to wear your masks and try not to be too close into people's faces during the protest as well.
Yep.
Also, like the people who are keeping silent during this time, we see you as well. I know on my social media, I know exactly who is posting about what's going on, and I see the people who aren't saying anything but are watching my stories and are keeping silent. We also see you guys as well, and you're not contributing whatsoever. I'm not trying to be aggressive towards or hostile towards those people whatsoever, but this is bigger than you and me, and this is something that's been going on for way too long, and it's about time that people step up and realize what's going on there. Maybe they might not see it in a perspective that Black people are getting mistreated, but we are, and now people are trying to stand up. And I've been seeing a lot of hate comments as well about the rioting that's going on. And at first I was like, okay, like everyone's blowing out of proportion. But then like at the same time I'm thinking, okay, well they deserve to be burnt down to the ground. Like people deserve to riot because this has been going on for too long and nobody wants to listen. So if you want to try to oppress Black people and keep them down, then they're going to burn the city down. So I'm not okay with the violence or whatever, but I'm okay with the looting and like Like if they want to set fires to buildings that the government owns and that the government doesn't want to contribute to equality, then so be it. That's the way it's going to have to be. But if that's going to help make change, and it is what it is, but you have to come to the realization that this has been happening for too long, and Black people have been oppressed for too long. People like us have been bullied in school for too long. Job interviews have been not going so well for us for too long, and these stereotypes have been going on for too long. And it's about time that change happens, and if it has to happen like this, then so be it. But I'm not at all condoning to violence in any way, way, shape, or form. But I am saying that what's going on in the States with the whole looting and the burning down of buildings and whatnot, it is what it is. Like, what do you expect when you keeping a group oppressed for so long? One day they're gonna just snap, and this is the time they snap. The social media has spread this video of George Floyd going around, and now people, like, it's hurting people's heart, like it's touching their souls, because it hurts them to see this many people crying for help and then nobody is helping them. And especially the police force, it's like, where did their consequences like come from? They are the law enforcement. Like, how do laws like affect their lives? You know what I mean? So when stuff like this happens, it's hard to it's hard to know who to go to and who's gonna help us, you know? Like, that's the big question. Like, who's here for us? Who's here to protect us then? Like, law's supposed to be here to protect us, but they're not. So what do we do? Like, what do we do? So it's at that point now where this is what it is. It has to happen. It was gonna happen eventually, and now's the time that it happened. This is too many Black lives happened, and our Black lives have been lost, and this is the last one.
But yeah, thanks for tuning into this video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share this video with everyone you know. Please use this video as an awareness, or make your own video, post it everywhere. You have social media, post it everywhere, and help spread the Black Lives Matter movement. Thank you guys again. Love you.
Also, I have I have part 1 on my channel, so you'll see that this is part 2. So go check out my channel as well. It'll be somewhere on this page.
And her channel will be on the link in the description down below. But yeah, this is part 2, and thank you guys for tuning in again. Love y'all.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you. Tip, 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 tip.